Not often I get on the logs on the internet into the chat rooms and forums and vent to the curious people online about odd appearances, but something had me compelled to actually get on the chat rooms and forums and talk about commercials. I was always into lost media and I watched YouTube videos about it constantly, the same dude with the groggy accent that's always going to be on every narration. But something was different on the chat room. I had a friend on the chat room who was from Switzerland. His handle was Andy66, who had just a tad bit of autism. I met him through a chat room of lost commercial media. We always like to talk about the commercials that we thought seeing in our childhoods that other people don't remember, or things that got pulled off, or stuff like that. One of the conversations was weird. Andy wasn't being himself, really. He recently was dealing with the loss of a family member, and I kind of understood his pain. And the only audio clip that he sent me in the last 3 weeks was this weird one. I'm going to play it for you right here. Listen to Slipknot, Brickyard Folly. Oh, shit. Fucking care. Gotta boom. God, let me unfinish. It's like I was watching my best friend online deteriorate. I tried having multiple talks with him, trying to uplift his spirit and give out voices of my concern, but I just kept hearing crunching in the audio and just more crunching. Crunching like chips. And that's all I heard. He wouldn't talk. He would just reply in grunts, and sometimes I would even hear his parents come in the room and yell at him because he hasn't left the room in 6 weeks. There was something off about him. I decided to confront him one night, but I didn't until I got home from school. It was one of the days where I was going on a little field trip, so I was going to be home a little later, so I told Andy to stay up for me so I could talk to him. He replied in 2 crunches, a click emoji, and 6 Ukraine flags. Later on down the road, I came home, and Andy was already video calling me, and it was pretty urgently. He kept doing it until I answered. I answered, and it didn't show him on camera, but he kept using the keyboard. Are you in your room? Yeah, Andy, I'm in here. How's your day going? Cool. I got to see something really cool today. It's really cool that you're talking. I've been really concerned about you. How have you been? Oh, I've been great. I've been doing more lost media dives on lost commercials for a project I'm doing. That's why I've been so silent recently. My parents don't seem to understand it. Well, understandable, I guess. You had us all pretty concerned, though. You weren't replying. Just tough times right now. Andy, why can't I see you on your screen? It's all black. Oh, I turned off my camera. I'm kind of watching something, and I might send you a link for it. It's really cool. It's like this old 1950s commercial for Pringles. Pringles? Yeah, the chip. Well, yeah, I know what it is, but why are you watching a Pringles ad at 3 in the morning? He was weird, but he wasn't that weird. He then turned on the camera, and it didn't even look like Andy. It was a flushed out acne colored face with pale white skin and glasses, and he had a really big nose and a really shitty grin that I just couldn't fucking stand. Just want to take his head and ram it right through the fucking computer. Well, hiya! You're not Andy. Who are you? Oh, me. Well, you'll get to know my name here in a minute. This is just such a good day. It's a really good day. I'm feeling great. There's popcorn. All my friends are around here at the fun fair. What fun fair are you fucking talking about? It's 4 in the goddamn morning. Well, look, I talked to a guy about Dex Milk, and I'm the new CEO now. So I'm going to have to go ahead and sell your family on the black market and take the money for it, and you can have a porta potty in exchange, because that's how we work in the Dex, yeah. What the fuck ever, Andy. You're so goddamn immature. I'm just done with you at this point. At this point, I can't even fucking help you. Every conversation we do, it usually leads down to some weird subjectories and ends up with a bunch of crunching, to the point where I think you're doing inappropriate things off camera when I'm talking to you. Well, before you get off the phone here, I want to show you two things. He then stood up in front of the camera smiling, and he seemed very nervous. Here's that link. Ha! Ha! You ready for this one? You ready for this one? And here's a gun. What's this gun doing right here? Andy, what are you doing? What's this gun doing right here? Oh, wow. Oh, what's this? Andy then proceeded to pull out his cock. And he shot it clean off. Wow, what a twist, right? He then looked at the camera and said, "Please click the link," and then shot himself in the head, finishing himself off. But before that, he grabbed a can of Pringles as he was on the floor, and he ate one last chip before he died. His room was stocked to the ceiling, full of Pringle cans. What has this ad done to my best friend? I just witnessed him killed. What am I going to say to his parents? His parents couldn't even open the door. There was so much Pringle cans in there. They thought it was a lost hope. They condemned his room and decided to sell the house while he was still in there. And one day a message popped up from him. Did you click the video yet? Andy? Yeah, I'm fine, lol. Just got out of the hospital. You should really click that link. Why do you keep bringing up the link? I really want to know if you're okay. I could have swore you died. Nah, lol. You know special effects are pretty funny when you can do them in your own bedroom. Now click that link. You're not Andy. Lol. Click that link. Just another fucking scammer. I blocked the account and I decided to call it quits on the friendship. But in honor of him possibly being dead from maybe shooting himself, if it was actually real or not, because I just can't fucking tell, I decided to click the link. I locked my door and I made sure none of my family was home, and I got a can of Pringles to celebrate the occasion. I sat in my chair and then the room started to dim. I started feeling the comfort coming from my chair. It didn't feel like a chair. It felt like I was in a bed, relaxed and almost mesmerized. The video popped up immediately, and it was a cute little Pringle cartoon of the mustache character with singing in the background, but it was slowed down. And what followed was probably the most disturbing thing I've seen in my life. It showed a hyper-realistic version of the Pringles man stroking his dick really fast in a field of Pringle cans. And then out of nowhere, this Pringle woman comes running down the field. And she already has a wine bottle stuck in her asshole, and she's being chased down by a bunch of cops. And then suddenly out of nowhere, some really, really, really sweaty man comes out of nowhere and just slaps them all in the fucking face with their nutsack. Hyper-realistic puke sprayed all over everyone as they decided to lick it off and then decided to throw scat in there. The Pringles man quickly got on top of all the people, the cops, the girl, the dog, and even the tree they were all resting upon, and proceeded to take a fat, nasty, steamy shit on all of them. He menacingly looked into the camera with his hyper-realistic 3D eyes and said, "Eat Pringles." He then crunched 3 Pringles in his urethra and then smashed the cameraman's face in. You can see the blood dripping down the camera as the Pringles man stood there over the top of the man. "Eat Pringles." No, please, don't do this. The Pringles man just proceeded to drag him to a random cellar, which was proceeded to be outside of the set of the commercial. No, no, eat Pringles. He threw him down the stairs violently and then rapidly face fucked him for 9 hours straight and then continued the commercial. Eat Pringles. He then proceeded to shit in his mouth, suffocating him, killing him on the fucking camera. He then stuffed a can of ranch Pringles deep inside the shit-caked mouth and walked out of the building. And you can see him eating a Pringle sandwich on the sidewalk. And the ad ended with the words, "Eat Pringles." I realized when my friend killed himself now, it drove him to insanity that if he didn't eat Pringles, the Pringles man was going to come and violate him. This can't be known for anybody, and that's why it was taken down and even given to the FBI. I don't know if I should release this information, and I don't know what's going to happen to me after I release it. If I don't end up appearing on my channel within 2 weeks, something might have happened. Just know that I don't want to eat Pringles. I don't want to be part of this, but there was one part I missed out on. I didn't know if I should talk about it, but it's been haunting me for the last 3 days, and this is the last update I can give to you. My power just recently got cut, and I swear to God I paid the bills. Something doesn't feel right, and I feel like I'm being watched. At the end of the ad, there was a little jingle in regular speed, and it went, "Spangle, bangle, potato, bitch. Oh my God, he's in my fucking house! Eat Pringles. Ah! Ah!